Hello everybody, Outer Galaxy Lounge here, August, what is it? August the 19th, 2024. Come relax with me if you will, and a half-price books haul today, and I'm going to show you a little bit of a haul from, I think, last week, a very small haul. But today, a classical music CD haul, and last week, kind of a mixture of things. So, I'm going to show you something I got last week. Just to get started, I got this Dr. Seuss book called McElligot's Pool. I think this was written in 1947. Some would say early. I guess it's an early Dr. Seuss. This one isn't as well known. This was the first book that I checked out at my first grade elementary school library. I think this is one of the key books of my life. This is the first book I really loved. The first book that I ever saw that really changed my outlook on life. I'm trying to get it so it isn't in the glare. The gist of the story is there's a boy who is fishing in this little tiny pond. It's only about 5 feet wide. And it's full of junk and it has no fish in it. And a farmer comes along and says, "Hey, why are you fishing in McElligot's pool? Nobody is ever going to catch anything in that." And the little boy just kind of goes off on a very imaginary tale of, well, what if the pond or the pool connects to a stream underground that connects to a river that connects to an ocean? What if some of those fish in all of those bodies of water managed to make their way up the stream, up into the pool? Maybe I could catch something. And what this did to my little first grade brain was it got me to think of the world outside of my neighborhood. I'm like, maybe it was even an ecological revelation to me at the time. The idea that everything is connected like that the world is connected, that the environment is connected. And just outside of my own little neighborhood, like, oh, that's right. The water comes from somewhere. It comes from a bigger body of water or flows into a bigger body of water. And of course, it starts off with him fishing. Sorry. And of course, the farmer's kind of mocking him. "Hey, little kid, you're not going to catch anything in that thing." I'm not going to read the book to you. Of course, it has the usual clever Dr. Seuss rhymes. And you see the little stream going all the way to the ocean there. And what's just funny, he's got like a little support beam supporting the land above the water, which is hilarious. You get these wonderful kind of images of the school of fish just kind of trucking along there in the water. Beautiful illustration. Now, I've never owned this before, and I've always wanted to get a copy, but they're hard to find. And a few months ago, Half Price did have some copies, but they wanted more than $20 for them, and I wasn't going to pay that. And they ended up selling. People bought them for $20, but I thought, well, maybe it's going to be out of my price range, this book. This one came in for $7. When I saw it for $7, I was like, I got to get it now because I can afford that. And it's in good shape, as you can see. Now, it was very stained. It had some really gunky stuff on there, and I had to clean it, but I was able to clean it. So I've got McElligot's Pool, the first important book for me. Nice to have a copy. This is also something I picked up last week, Hamlet with Nicole Williamson, the actor, the great British actor. Most people are familiar with this guy from the movie Excalibur that came out around, 1981, I guess. He played Merlin in that, and he's awesome. I'm sure he's awesome in this Hamlet. It looks like it came out around 1970. I've never watched this. It's still sealed. That's the weird thing about it. This is an RCA Columbia Pictures VHS tape. It still has the factory seal from the factory right there. Your safety seal. So this has been sitting in a factory sealed state probably since about 1988 when this was issued. So this has been sitting in its original wrapping for almost 40 years. No one has ever opened this. So I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if I should try to sell it like this. It probably has magnetic print through at this point. I'm not sure. I just wanted to show you something else. I didn't buy this recently. I've had this for a while. Inadmissible Evidence, a play by John Osborne. This is a play that Nicole Williamson was in, and you can watch the play on YouTube. It's actually a film of the play. It's a Titanic performance by Nicole Williamson. if you want to see him at his very best, it's amazing. It's one of the most wide-ranging performances on film. It is one of the great performances ever captured on film. His marriage is breaking down, and he's got a tough case, legal case, and it's everything you want in an acting performance. It's incredible. And that, if you ever want to see, I mean, you could check out Nicole Williamson's films. He didn't do a large number of films, but the ones that he did, he selected very well and did. You can obviously see him do his thing. And he's so underrated. It's like he's just not one of those guys. People still talk about Laurence Olivier and people like that, but they don't talk about Nicole Williamson, which is sad. So I'm going to show you the pile from today. I did pick up a couple other discs from last week. I'm not going to talk about those because I've already put them away. So we got Sibelius's Fifth Symphony here and the violin concerto. Nigel Kennedy doing the violin concerto. This is Simon Rattle, young Simon Rattle from the 80s. Now, of course, he's the old man of conducting. I already own this. I already have this very disc already. I bought this to sell. These are very good performances of both pieces, the symphony and the violin concerto. Despite what Dave Hurwitz might say about Simon Rattle, there's nothing wrong with these. This is also something I'm going to sell. Sibelius's Fourth Symphony with Vladimir Ashkenazy on Decca London. The Philharmonia Orchestra. This is a classic performance. It's got a cut mark on it, but it is an original West German pressing. It has a smooth case edge, which means it's very old. But I already own this, so I can sell this one. In fact, I may sell mine and keep this one, because this one has the cut, and I could keep the cut because I'm not picky about it in that way. I love the Fourth of Sibelius. It's a very low-key, menacing, kind of murmuring, Arctic, spare, haunting, ephemeral kind of symphony. It's not super dramatic, but when the dramatic moments come, they're not blaringly loud, but they are. Some of them are, a couple are. But by contrast, they seem very dramatic. It is what you would think of the icy north would sound like. This symphony captures beautifully. This is a great performance by Ashkenazy. His Sibelius cycle of the 80s was probably the first one on CD. It was an early digital cycle, and he came out of the gate with one of the great cycles. So anyway, we've got another early pressing from West Germany with the smooth case Deutsche Grammophon. This is Symphony No. 6 of Beethoven, the Pastoral, with Leonard Bernstein, the Vienna Philharmonic. I already own this. I've got a set of Bernstein in Vienna. It has, I think, 4 of the Beethoven symphonies in it, so I've already got this performance. This is one I'm going to sell. It's a vintage pressing, and those are very popular with collectors. Here's a disc I've sold many times on eBay. It's very, very popular, and it's a very good deal. It's a good disc. This is a Telarc disc that has the Shostakovich Fifth Symphony and the Rite of Spring by Stravinsky, performed by Lorne Mizell, and the Cleveland Orchestra. That's a real good bargain to get both of those symphonies, and both of these are first-rate performances of those. They're in early digital sound, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think these were issued separately originally, and then they put them both on this one really good bargain disc called Bravo, kind of a Bravo bargain series from Telarc. This is a really great deal for somebody who hasn't bought those pieces yet. That would be good. Now, I wanted to say I bought all of these discs for $1 today, except for one. One I paid $2 for, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm sorry I still have the price tag on this, but this is Robert Simpson's Symphony No. 1 and 8 with Vernon Handley and the, Royal Philharmonic on Hyperion. This is some Robert Simpsons I don't think I have in my collection. Robert Simpson has been compared sort of to Bruckner, kind of a modern Bruckner, I guess. His symphonies are big scaled, expansive, big sound world, big wall of sound symphonies. Very much in an older style, but he has a big following among Brucknerites who like to have another alternative, I guess, or Brucknerians, I should say. I'm going to keep this one because they don't come up very often, Robert Simpson symphonies. Now, Another thing I need to say is a lot of these are from that waterlogged lot that I talked about a month or so ago when Half Price had a water leak or roof leak. Luckily, most of these appear to have been undamaged. One of them has a little bit of wrinkling in the booklet, but it's not bad. And I'm about to show you that one soon here. So, you know, when you mark them down from $6 or $7 to $1, I'm all good with it. So we got Tchaikovsky and Dvorak Serenades for strings here on Philips. These are Colin Davis and the looks like Bavarian Radio Orchestra. These are going to be nice. I'm going to probably keep this one. I'm sorry I don't have the whole thing peeled off yet. I'm about to, because I'm about to list some of these and keep some of these. We got Bolero and Other Works by Ravel, Valse, Daphnis and Chloe, Alvarado del Grazioso with Leonard Bernstein, New York Philharmonic on the Great Performances CBS series. I'm going to pair this with another Leonard Bernstein and sell it because I've already got all these performances in my collection. So that'll be another seller, another dollar item that I can pair with another item and probably charge like $6.95 for both and give somebody a good shipping deal. This is Olivier Messiaen's Tarangalila Symphony. Hope I'm getting that right. This is a fun piece of music. This is the Ozawa performance. Seiji Ozawa. It's done with the Bastille Opera Orchestra with Myung-Won Chung. This is a really good performance. I've already heard this performance before. I actually downloaded this performance before, so I did already have it, but I didn't have the disc. Now I do. This has that strange instrument in it, the Ondes Martenot, I guess, played by Jean Loriod, who recorded this piece a lot of times with different orchestras. I guess she was considered the expert in that particular instrument. And we also have Yvonne Loriod on piano. So we have, it's a family affair. Everybody who's expert in this piece is on board. It's a fun piece. It's a 20th century piece, but it's fun. It's not like atonal or anything. It's just has a mysterious texture to it. And it's a lot of fun. It's dramatic. It's colorful. I think colorful is the word for it. People who are afraid of 20th century works should probably give this one a try because this one is just all out fun. And there are a lot of good performances of it out there, and this is one of the good ones. So I'll be keeping that. We got Bela Bartok's various works, including The Miraculous Mandarin. This is Ivan Fischer with the Budapest Festival Orchestra on Philips. This was done in 1997, recorded in 1996. Ivan Fischer is usually pretty reliable, and Bartok, I mean, this is his music. This is his bailiwick, I guess you could say, you know, his area of the world, his area of Europe. So, you know, he's done the Concerto for Orchestra, some good performances of that, and I'll probably be keeping this. So that's that. I think that's all we got today. Wasn't a whole lot, but I didn't really find... I had to put a few things back. There were some performances by Adrian Bolt and Sir Thomas Beecham that I wanted, but I only had $10. And I got $10 worth, and I had to put about 4 items back. There's going to be a 20% off sale next weekend. What I'm hoping is that some of those things are still there, and I can just pick them up then for 20% off. And if they're not, it's not going to be a catastrophe because this pile here is what I really wanted the most. So I've got those. So that's it. That's our Half Price Books haul for today. And I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any of those items or have opinions on any of them, I would love to hear them. So that's all we're going to say today. I'm going to get some of this eBay stuff listed. And my son's in town from Chicago. Been having fun with him. And that's about it. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a really quick update on that jazz haul that I posted about a week or so ago on my channel here. I bought that jazz haul. It was about, I forgot what it was, about 40 discs or so. I'm keeping these. This is about 24 of them. These were outstanding. I'm going to keep these. The other ones that were up in here, about 13 of them, I've already listed on eBay to sell. I wasn't digging those as much. This is actually a pretty good batting average for buying jazz blind. because there are so many different styles, and not all styles I dig that much. I kind of like something in the middle, something that isn't too weak and something that isn't too aggressive. I like a little of both, but I want them mixed well. I want it to swing mainly. I like my jazz to swing. I like jams and things like that. I don't like it to be too avant-garde. I like a little avant-garde. I like it to go off the rails a little bit, but I want them to get back on the rails eventually, get back to the melody, get back to the song if they can, and get back to the themes. And these all kind of do that. And there's different styles in here, some more modern and some more traditional. At any rate, these are all outstanding examples of the kind of jazz I like. Just for buying, like I said, buying jazz blind, this is a pretty good batting averages. You're going to probably get about a third. If you just buy a big hunk, you'll probably not like about a third of them. Although there may be some people who are more ecumenical and are more open and will like everything. I'm not quite like that. I do have what I would consider a standard for myself. And obviously, if I'm not going to get it out and listen to it, there's no point in having it. So I've listed a lot of those, and some of them were worth money, and some of them really weren't that bad. It was some of the jazz was stuff I already have enough of, and I wasn't really going to listen to. Sometimes if it's a little too cocktaily, I don't want that. I don't want, no hate intended, but George Shearing kind of jazz. I could take a little bit of that because I've already got enough of that. I need something more like Jackie McLean, where he really is kind of aggressive. Not too much. I don't want it to get atonal. I don't want to get it too dissonant to where they're just kind of noodling around and going nowhere with it. I hate when the jazz goes nowhere. I like it to have a momentum, and these all have a momentum to them. So there you go.